Ever wondered why sometimes the harder you try to achieve something, the further it seems to slip away? Welcome to the law of reverse action. Imagine this, you're trying to sleep, but the more desperately you try to drift off, the more awake you feel. Or perhaps you're trying to forget someone, but the more you try to erase them from your mind, the more vividly they appear. This, my friends, is the law of reverse action at work. The law of reverse action is a psychological principle suggesting that the harder we push for a specific outcome, the more it eludes us. It's a paradox, really. It's like trying to catch a slippery fish with your bare hands. The harder you squeeze, the faster it slips through your fingers. But there's good news. Understanding this law can be a game changer. It can help us navigate life with more ease and less stress. So how can we use this law to our advantage? Stay tuned to find out. The law of reverse action sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? Well, that's because it is. It's a paradox, a seemingly absurd statement that when investigated may prove to be true. Let's dive into this. Imagine running a marathon. Your goal is to finish, but the more you focus on the finish line, the more exhausted you become. You're trying too hard, and it's leading to failure. Now consider a different approach. Instead of obsessing over the finish line, you focus on each step, each breath. You're still trying, just differently. It's less about the destination, more about the journey. Or picture yourself learning a new language. The more you stress about mastering it, the harder it seems. But when you enjoy the process, engage in conversations, and immerse yourself in the culture, you learn naturally. And that's the law of reverse action. It's not about not trying, it's about trying differently. The key to mastering this law lies in understanding and accepting this paradox. Now that we understand the paradox, it's time to explore some strategies to master the law of reverse action. First, let's focus on the process rather than the outcome. When we become too fixated on the end result, we often create unneeded stress that can hinder our progress. By concentrating on the actions we're taking in the present moment, we can actually enhance our chances of success. It's like the old saying goes, the journey is the destination. Next, practice mindfulness. This means being fully present and engaged in whatever you're doing, without letting your mind wander to other tasks or concerns. By doing this, you're actively combating the reverse action effect. You're not just throwing a dart and hoping it lands, you're taking aim and focusing on your throw. Then we have the concept of letting go of control. This might sound counterintuitive, but remember the law of reverse action. The more we try to force things, the more likely they are to go awry. Instead, let the chips fall where they may. This doesn't mean you should be passive, but rather that you should allow things to unfold naturally without excessive interference. Lastly, embrace failure. It's not a sign of weakness, but a stepping stone towards success. Each misstep is an opportunity to learn and grow. Instead of getting frustrated and giving up when things don't go as planned, use these moments as a chance to reassess and adjust your approach. These strategies are not quick fixes, but rather habits that need to be cultivated over time. They require patience, persistence, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone. But the rewards are worth it. Remember, the goal is not to stop trying, but to try in a way that aligns with the law of reverse action. This law isn't about discouraging effort, but about encouraging a different kind of effort, one that is mindful, focused, and adaptable. It's about learning to dance with life rather than trying to lead. Let's quickly recap what we've learned about the law of reverse action. This paradoxical principle teaches us that the harder we push for something, the more it may elude us. It's like trying to grasp a bar of wet soap. The tighter the grip, the more it slips away. The true mastery of this law lies in understanding the delicate balance between effort and surrender. It's about knowing when to act and when to step back, when to push and when to let go. We've also discussed strategies to master this law. These include cultivating mindfulness, developing patience, and embracing the power of pause. Remember, it's not always about doing more, but doing right. Understanding and applying the law of reverse action can be a game changer in different areas of your life, be it personal growth, relationships, or career. The next time you find yourself stuck, remember the law of reverse action. Perhaps you're just trying too hard. Until next time, keep exploring and keep learning. And keep